I wanted to be a part of this project because the Smurfs are so iconic and they promote friendship and good energy.
Mandy lives at the Institute of Perfection. Yeah, there are other dolls who live there who are perfect, you know, and their whole lives are dedicated to being perfect and dedicated to impressing Lou, who is the leader of the Institute of Perfection. He runs it.
Yeah, I did. I played her when I was about 19, which is a really extraordinary role, and I would say to any actress, you should do it at one point. It's a really amazing, emotional roller coaster, and so the garden gnome version is like less of a tongue twister and less of a endurance test, I think.
I play Smurfette, and her personality is really brave, she's adventurous, and when she wants something, she goes and gets it.
Lou is the leader of the Institute of Perfection. He's like the president there. He's a god to them. They worship him, they love him. They live their whole lives to like impress him, and they think that he is going to be in control of their destiny, and he will be the one that gets them to their proper home and their proper child, and everything will be perfect. And Lou has the key to making their lives perfect. And Mandy sees right through him. You know, I think that she is a little brainwashed by Lou a few times, but, you know, she sees through him, and she doesn't like how he treats the Uglydolls. She thinks he's a bully, and she actually thinks he's pretty obnoxious.
So I don't really, to be honest, I didn't play her that much different from how I played her on stage, because I feel like Juliet's actually quite rebellious and defiant and hot-tempered, just like her dad, and independent. And so when I met Kelly Asbury, the director, I said, oh, you know, you should play this kind of tough and street smart and cool, and oh, I love that idea. So they went that direction.
Yeah. The adventure from the Smurf village to the Forbidden Forest is crazy. There's tons of creatures like glow-in-the-dark bunnies and fire-breathing dragonflies. It's really cool and really exciting.
Mandy helps the Uglydolls because she sees herself in them. She never really fit in at the Institute of Perfection. She, you know, she's not perfect. She knows that. I don't think she wants to be, but I think because of the culture there at the Institute of Perfection, she feels like she has to be. But when she meets the Uglydolls, they awaken something in her. She's like, this is my tribe. This is my group of people that I can just be weird with. You know, I don't have to be perfect. You know, I can let my wall down.
She has cool ass ninja skills, for sure.
What makes Smurfette a strong female lead is that she's the only one for a while, you know, and she wants to figure that out. She doesn't take no from anybody, especially Papa Smurf, and she goes and she gets what she wants, like I said.
You know, when I signed on to do this, I knew it was going to be fun, and I love the message. Multiple messages that, you know, weird is beautiful, you know, different is to be celebrated. There's something I live by that's in line with this movie, but embracing the things that make you unique, even if it makes others uncomfortable. I think that shines through.
I think it looks so enchanting. I mean, I have no idea how they do all of that animation. I couldn't even presume to know how they start. I just thought how enchanting that world was, and the detailing of the animation, and the story really moved and it propelled. I think the mileage they get out of Garden Gnomes is just like off the charts. I mean, who would have thought, really?
Teamwork is so important on this journey because everyone has their own special quality that can help one another out.
Yeah, I was very excited to be aligned with something, you know, that I live. You know, I really make it a choice to make music and to take on projects that celebrate the marginalized voices and those who are considered weird and different and dirty and outcast. I see myself in that. I grew up feeling like that at times. And I think that if I would have had more movies like Uglydolls, more, you know, animations like Uglydolls, I think it would have been a lot more easy for me to walk in my uniqueness.
Just like completely overcome. I think it was pathetic. I bumped into him in a lift, actually. We were doing press in Los Angeles, and I bumped into him and just hugged him immediately. I mean, it's weird. You have these accelerated relationships with people if you're on a project, but also if they've been in your life the whole time. He's such a legend, and I've grown up listening to him. Now I'm even more of a fan. So it's amazing because his music lends another character to the movie, and it's just woven really subtly throughout the film.
In this new fully animated film, Smurfs are one big family of tiny blue creatures. And just like every family, they have to look out for each other, especially when Smurfette and her friends decide to venture out into the dangerous, mystical, forbidden forest to find out what they believe to be more Smurfs. When they set off on their quest, they encounter all kinds of magical creatures like glow-in-the-dark bunnies, fire-breathing dragonflies, and so many mysterious plants. Some that follow you with their eyes and others that try to eat you whole.
I think that families and audiences that come and watch the film, whether you're a child or a grandparent or an aunt or uncle or mom or dad, sister, brother, I think that it's a movie for everyone to get inspired by, because I do think that we go through awkward stages in our lives. Hell, I'm going through one right now. You know, as you're trying to grow and you're trying to make decisions on what type of person you want to be, and you know, if you're going to trust your gut versus like what everyone else says you should be doing. And I think that we all are faced with those questions. You know, also, are we going to protect the misfits and the outcasts and those who can't stand up for themselves? I think that these are just like fundamental questions, but it's such a fun and musical experience that you don't think about those things, but they're like in there. It takes you on this fun journey of what it means, again, to celebrate your weirdness and celebrate just being different and being unique.
I like that Benny and the Jets made it in, because I love that song.
A Smurf's gotta keep some secrets, but I'll share them. Smurfette's secret is that she doesn't always feel like she fits in, since Gargamel originally created her, and he doesn't think she's a real Smurf. Everyone feels like an outsider sometimes, you know? Everyone from kids to parents, they've had this experience, so they can really relate to Smurfette as a strong character.
Unbreakable is a duet that I have with Kelly Clarkson, and I love her so much. She killed it. It's just a reminder that we are going to fall. We're going to get knocked down. We're going to have people say mean things about us. There are times that we may not believe in ourselves. But that song, when you listen to it, when you put it on, I hope that you feel like you can stand taller, that you can get right back up, and you can press forward and keep moving on. You know, you're only down for so long. It's about how you get up and how quickly you can get up. And just remember that you are unbreakable.
I can't. I'm sworn to secrecy about the Muppets. I work with a gang of Muppets, that's all I can say, but I'm kind of told to keep it under wraps as to what I did.
Okay. You don't want to get in between Kermit and Miss Piggy.
You just can't.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Smurfette is kind of my hero because she's so brave and she does everything she can to be the best Smurf she can be. She inspires me, like her. I always want to be brave and to challenge myself.